everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Masan Ali and you are watching Global Scope News. If you are passionate about staying informed on critical global events, you are the right place. Hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and share this video to keep up with the latest developments. Now let's dive into today's top story. Ukraine has reported a tragic incident in the village located in the northern area. Kharkiv regions, according to Ukraine's source, one person was killed and eight others, including a 15 years old boy, were injured when Russian forces struck a residential building in the area. This attack highlights the ongoing civilians' toll in the conflict. In another part of Ukraine's the northern sunny region was hit by a Russian guided bombs attack, resulting in 2 deaths and 1 injury. This incident is a part of broader patterns of violence affecting the country. Ukrainian president made a significant visit to the Sumy region, which borders Russia's Kursk region. This visit follows a recent supplies cross-border offense by Ukraine During his trip, Zakshan met with the commander-in-chief and announced that Ukrainian forces had taken control of another Russian village and captured additionally prisoners of war. However, the specific village was not named one of the front line. Ukrainian forces reported that Russian troops launched 53 attacks on positions near Pokrovsk as a strategic town in eastern Ukraine, with Russian soldiers closing in just 10 kilometers, 6 miles from the city. Evacuations order have been issued for Pokrovsk residents. Despite the evacuations, around 50,000 people remain in the city, facing increasing danger in response. Russia claimed control over the village and Mazhov, situated between Moscow and Avdiivka. This area had been under Russian control since Feb. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin made an unfounded claims that Ukraine forces attempt an overnight raid on the Kursk nuclear power station. There was no immediate response from Ukraine, but fighting has been reported approximately 30 kilometers, 18 miles from the planet. The International Atomic Energy (AI) has called for the strength from both sides, with the chief of Rafael Grossi scheduled to visit the area next week. Adding to the tensions, a ferry carrying 30 fuel tanks sank in the Russian port of Kavkaz in the Kherson regions following a Ukrainian attack. 17 crew members were rescued, but the search continues for the remaining two. Ukraine has yet to comment on the incident. The U.S. Embassy in Kyiv has issued a warning about an increased risk of Russian missiles and drone attacks across Ukraine. This comes as Ukraine prepares to celebrate 33 years of independence from the Soviet Union this Saturday. In a significant diplomatic move, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Ukraine for the first time since 1991. Ahead of his visit, Modi, while in Poland, emphasized the importance of peace and stated that conflicts cannot be resolved through warfare. In Russia, the FSB security service has initiated a criminal case against three journalists, CNN's Nick Pachanvash and Ukrainian journalist Diana Butska and Olesia Bokvik for illegally crossing the border while reporting from the Kursk regions. Educational disruptions are on the horizon as more than 110 Russian schools near the Ukrainian borders will conduct classes remotely when the new academic year begins next month. According to the Russian education ministers, one of the international fund over 40 countries and organized participated in a follow-up meeting to June's peace summit in Switzerland, aiming to address the ongoing conflicts. In response to the ongoing conflict, the United States is preparing to send approximately $125 million in new military aid to Ukraine. This aid will include air defense missile, munitions for the high mobility artillery rockets systems, and additionally artillery. This support is expected to be formally announced on Friday. Additionally, Ukraine's Air Force utilized as US-made GBU-39 bomb to target Russians platoon command post in the Kursk regions, showcasing the continued international support for Ukraine's defense efforts. That's all for today. That's all for today. We will update you on ongoing situation in the Ukraine and international response. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to Global Scope News. Your support helps us bring you the latest and most crucial updates. I am personally and I appreciate you joining me today. Stay tuned for more updates and remember, knowledge is power. See you in the next video. Okay.